she was very sick. So we hiked for almost, I think almost 30 hours was like, the total amount of hours that we hiked was like almost 30 hours. That was a long way. That was a long way hiking, yeah. But like the things that I loved to do when I was there in the Philippines, besides like teaching the kids, besides like being with people, I really loved to go and help those people that were sick. So because the places there, they are like villages like very, very remote. So we have one school. The nearest school that we have to the city, it is a school in a village called Kamantian. So from Kamantian to the city of Brooks Point, we take probably like 1 hour and a half to get to the city from Kamantian. But then from Kamantian we have another two villages. One of that village is called Kansuli. Kansuli is like 45 minutes hiking from Kamantian. The other village, a little bit further, it's called Amrang. So Amrang is about 2 hours hiking from Kamantian. Then we have the village of Kabgan, which is like very remote. So just to get there, we have to hike for 12 hours to get to that village. And we have like a lot of people living there. And we have another school as well in another village called Marma. So Marma, from the city to get there, to get to Marma, we hike for about maybe like 7 to 8 hours. So it is a long way to go to those places. So, and the only way to get to those villages are or walking or flying. So we have like one aviation project there in Palawan that they give us support. And then like sometimes when someone is sick in one of those villages, then they send the helicopter. And the helicopter goes to the village, land there, pick them up, and take them to the hospital. But sometimes the helicopter is not available. So then the only way that we have to reach those people is through walking. So then like we go and we walk, we go to those places, we pick them up, and we carry them or to our clinic or to the hospital. If the case is not like too urgent, then what we do, we take them to our clinic. Then like there, the nurses and the doctors, they can take care of them over there. But if the case is very, very difficult, then we have to take them to the hospital. Then we just go to their house and take them straight to the hospital. In that case of that lady, that I hiked like for 30 hours to pick her up and take her to the hospital, she had tuberculosis. So then like she was very, very sick. And then we had to rush with her to the hospital. Yeah. But anyways, let me show you a little bit of these things that I have here. So this is the art that they make there in the Philippines, there in the mountains. So this is all handmade. So it's all handmade. So like always when I go there, I bring maybe like dozens of them. So I get my luggage and I fill my luggage with these things here and I bring this. So this is like a basket that they kind of like make. So then they put stuff here inside. But like normally like these ones here, they make for the foreigners. So like this, they make for as a souvenir, right? As a souvenir. So always when I go, I bought this. And then they have like all different kind of sizes. So like if you see here, so this is a smaller one. Then you have another one that is smaller than this one. Yeah. And we have one is smaller than this one. And we have one is smaller than this one too. Here. And they make one even smaller than this one. Like kind of like this big. Yeah, it's very, very oh. Very, very small. And like my question is, which one is more expensive? This big one or this small one? This small one, right? Because like they take like they have to have a good eyes, like to go like and just kind of like make this thing like it's very, very difficult for them to make it, but they do. And the other ones, is even like smaller. And when they are done making that, so their fingers are almost bleeding because it's so difficult like to reach that thing. But like they are very very good in making stuff. So like this, the material they get from the jungle. So they go to the jungle and they get all the materials like roots and stuff, and then bring. It has like some different colors as well, and they make this beautiful artwork here. And then at the end, if you wanna approach here and get it and see it, then you can. So this one too, like it is like a different kind that they make as well. This one here I got in the remote village of Capgun. So when I hiked there for 12 hours, then before I had left, then I got this little basket here that you can put stuff here inside too. And this one also I got in the village of Capgun. Yeah. They are very good like making stuff. The kids, they play with this. They put a rope here and they just do this, and this thing is spinning. Yeah, whew, like this. Yeah. So this is my favorite. This is my favorite. Yeah. Always when I go there, I bring one machete. So this machete here, he was the one that did this one was the witch doctor of the village of Kamantian. So they get the metal in somewhere in the lowlands, then they bring it to the mountains, and then they make the blade. So it is a little bit hard to get this thing out. Yeah, here we go. No, it's not. Okay. It's because of it's getting rusty. Yeah. Come on, guy. Wow, this is very hard to get out. No, it's okay. Easy. Wow. It's kind of rusty. Oh. My gosh. I think we need some WD-40. Anyways, I don't think I will get this thing out. Thank you so much. It's kind of dangerous, like to try like to get this thing out, you know. So, anyways, but like yeah, it is a long blade. It is a very long blade. So they make this like there in the mountains. But I got a smaller one here. Maybe I can show you. Yeah. Next one. Yeah, the smaller one. So like they make these ones here, and they use these ones like to chop vegetables. They have cassava. You guys know cassava? Cassava roots is a type of root, a long root that they have there. They call that kumbahang. That they get there and they kind of like they chop it and they peel it, and they normally use like these small knives here. But these long ones, they usually use on their fields. So when they are cleaning the field, because like it's very bushy, then they get this long one here and they just clean everything. And then once everything is cleaned, then they burn the field. Then they plant, or rice, or vegetables, yeah. So this is the long one. So when I left the Philippines in 2021, I took home, I think maybe 6 of this. 6 of this. I was afraid that like people at the airport were thinking that I was a terrorist or something. I say, man, like this guy is carrying a lot of machete. Yeah. So this one is another thing that they make there as well. It's like pretty nice. It's a pretty nice one. The witch doctor in that in that small group that I attended, he was the one that made this one here. Yeah. And then they make like all these things here that they put like fruits and other stuff inside. So when I went back home, I took to my mom like a bunch of this, and then like she put like everywhere in the kitchen. She has like all these things here, and then like these small things as well that they make. Anyways, And this is the backpack. This is the backpack. So it's the same material of this one here. So this is a backpack. They use this, like they make backpacks like for the kids, and they just put it in the back, and they just walk like this. Yeah, they are very good like making stuff. And this one here, they have one kind of like blowgun that they use to hunt. I couldn't bring the blue gun because it's pretty long. I could have brought, but the only problem was I had to put inside of a pipe, a long pipe. Then it's just way too much work. Yeah. So then I was okay. I cannot take the blue gun, but I can take the case where they put like those darts. So and then here's the darts. Yeah, they put in the blue gun, and then they blow it, and then they hunt. They get birds, they get like some small animals. And this is the thing that they use like to call the birds. Let me see if it is working still. Yeah, so then they go to the jungle with this, and they just blow it here, and they call the birds, the birds come, and they get them. And then they have a potluck in the evening. Yeah. I never ate birds there. No, my mercy. Mercy. But yeah, like they have like chickens there. They have also goats. One day I was hiking in the dark because the Filipinos, the national animal, it is a symbol of the Philippines, is the buffalo. They call that buffalo carabao. So the carabao is the national animal. It is the symbol of the Philippines. They use those buffaloes like to work in the rice field, preparing the field for them like to plant. One day I was in the mountains hiking. It wasn't very dark. It was very dark, and then I was hiking. I was going home, and then out of nowhere, I saw that like black thing with those like eyes shining on my flashlight. And then I stopped and said, oh my goodness, what is this? Then I was like, my heart was racing. I was like very, very scared. And then when I saw that, there was a buffalo in front of me. I was like, where this buffalo came from? My goodness. There was like in the middle of the trail. And then I found out that like a Palawano, he bought a buffalo, and he brought to the mountains, and the buffalo was helping them to prepare the rice field. I was like, how in the world this guy brought a buffalo in the mountains? Yeah. But anyways, then I've heard that buffalo wasn't working pretty well, and then potluck again. Then they killed the buffalo. I was like, where's the buffalo? Oh, sir, we had a very good feast. Okay. Okay, but anyways, a lot of stories we have down. And if you guys have any questions about the Philippines, that I live there, so you be free to ask. Yeah. Sure. No. Yeah. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Because I asked them like to make this way just for this thing to fit inside of the luggage. But we have like very big ones like this and a way wider. Yeah. So then a adult can like sit down and then we carry them. But like sometimes it's hard to carry someone in using like these things. Sometimes the person is like very heavy. So then we finding a system where we get a long bamboo, then we get a hammock, and then we tie the hammock in the both ends of the bamboo, and the person just lay down inside of the hammock. And then like Two people carry them, one in the back, one in the front, and then we go hiking like this. Yeah, going down and up. Yeah, so that's the way. I'm gonna show you too one way that we were carrying someone, which wasn't like using that thing or a hammock, but we made we got a blanket and we made the blanket in such a way that the person was able to sit in that thing, and then it is basically like the same system, but the person was like in my back, and her legs was like this, and her hands like holding my shoulder, and like the blanket was on my head. I'm gonna show you guys in that story over there. Yeah, that's the long hike. Yeah, the long hike of almost 30 hours. So that's the thing. So if we compare the helicopter and someone hiking, like the time, like for every minute, it is equal like 1 hour. So like 1 minute flying, 1 hour hiking. So 30 minutes flying, 30 hours hiking. So we went to that, and it was like 30 hours of hike. But if the helicopter was available, it would be 30 minutes. Yeah. Yes, and sometimes we are not. But look to that guy. I don't know if I can show in the screen. Yeah, I don't think so. But like this guy here, this one, it is like holding like this man here. Yeah, so like that man, so he is the husband. So then like he hiked to our place, to our clinic, to ask for help. So then like he hiked like for basically like 15 hours just. So then like he went to our village, and that guy has near 70 years old. Yeah, so near 70 years old, he hiked all the way to our village to ask for help. So then when he got there, the nurses, like, they were there at the clinic, and then he got there. So when he got to our village, he was wearing the native clothes. Like, the native clothes, like the people from those remote villages, they just put a cloth tapping, like, their parts, and that's it. So then, like, he got to our village, like, just wearing that. And then one of the Palawanos, he gave him, like, a T-shirt and a pants, and then, like, he came to our clinic. But then, like, we left. It was, like, about, like, 4 p.m., something like that. But that day, I was getting ready to leave the mountains because I was going to the lowlands to spend maybe 2 weeks there, I think, helping the pastor in the lowlands. So then I was getting ready to go. It was like Sunday around noon when the nurse came to my house. And always when the nurse came, I already knew what was about. Like someone was sick and we had to hike and pick the person up. So then I was there. So then she came in and she said, hey, we have like this person. She's very sick and she lives in a very, very remote place. And we need someone to go. We have no one else to go. Just her husband is here, and we need one more person to go. And I was like, man, but like, how can I just go by myself? So we need like more people. Then she said, oh, today's Sunday, there is a market happening downhill, so then just go there and ask the people there if someone is willing to go with you. Then I was, okay. And when I got to the market, I was like looking for people. I was looking for someone willing to go. And always when they asked me like, but where is the place? And always when I told them, oh, the place is this place, they were like immediately saying, I'm not going to that place. It's just too far. And I was like, wow, like if one Palawano is saying that it's too far, so that's going to be very far. Yeah. Because there is something interesting about the Palawanos. So like when you meet someone on the trail and you ask the person, oh, I'm going to this place. Is it like far still? Like some Palawanos, they would just say, no, it's pretty close. But then it ended up being like 4 hours hiking more, you know. So then like when one Palawano say, oh, the place is far, it is real, it is far. It is far. And I was like, man, like this place is very far. Then I was looking for people. I was looking for like some friends. And I found one of the church members, that guy, that first guy over there with a hat. And then like his name is Silo. And I was used to go to his house every Friday to have worship with him and his family. And then if I asked him, Silo, I'm going to that place. There is this situation. I have to go and help that lady. And I have nobody else to go with me. And then he said, man, like that place is so far. Look, he said, look, try to find somebody else. But if you don't find no one else, you come to me. And I was like, okay, Silo, okay. And I was so tired to look for people. Then after 10 minutes, I came back to Silo again. Silo, I didn't find anyone. And then Silo was like, man, you didn't find anyone. I said, no. I said, okay, so I will go with you. I will go with you. I said, okay, so let's go. Then we went to the clinic. Then we met the guy. And he's a Palawano. He's from a very remote place. The name of his village is Lanoi Lanoi. It is like basically in the other side of the island. So, and we had to go like hiking through the mountains to get there. Then we got to the clinic and the nurses, they had prepared a bunch of rice for us. They had like boiled like some rice. And the only food that we had to our trail was rice and nothing else. Rice with no salt, with no flavor, just rice. And we got that rice. And then when it was about like maybe 4 p.m. we left. So then we left and we hiked for about maybe like 5 or 6 hours until we got to a place, a mountain that we called Tres Marias. It is like 3 Marys. It is like a mountain with like 3 peaks. It is very interesting, like when you see that the mountain, like it's very peculiar, the shape. So then when we got to that mountain, then it was already, I think maybe almost 10 p.m. Then we were like, man, I think we got to rest right now. So then I think the next is a video of us. Yeah, we made a fire. Then like we were getting ready to sleep. There was the guy, and it was so cold. It was so cold in the evening there. Like the wind was like very cold. We were on top of the mountain, and then we were trying to sleep, but then it was so hard to sleep that we had to keep making fire all the time, because the fire was all the time like diminishing, and then like we were getting very, very cold, and then like we woke up, made fire again, and then after 20-30 minutes we needed to redo the fire again. And then like when it was like almost 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. I woke up, and my friend Silo woke up as well, and he said, man, if we stay here for like 1 hour longer, we're gonna die in this place. And then we woke up, the man was saying, yeah, let's just go, let's just keep moving because it's good. Then we kept moving. Then we hiked for about maybe, after that point, we hiked like for almost like 11 hours until we got to their house. Yeah. Along the way, we found like, we met a lot of men like walking around and hunting, and some of those guys, they gave us banana. They gave us like pineapple, like wild pineapple. Then we had like some fruits along the way. That was very good. But anyways, we got to his place, but we got to his first house because he had like more than one house by the time. So then we got to his first house. The house was like in the middle of the bush. Nobody was living there. We just got there like to get some things that he needed, and then we went to his second house, more deep in the jungle. So then when we got there, shower, and then like we were just resting over there, and then like he went to his first house to get something and bring to our second house again. And then at the end, we just found out that like he went back to get a chicken. So he went to his first house to get a chicken. He got a chicken and some vegetables and some cassava, and he prepared the chicken with the cassava and the vegetables for us. Like the Palawanos, especially in that place, in that location, they don't have like much resources. The best thing that he had in that moment was the chicken. And he brought the best thing that he had. He prepared that thing and he gave to us. And he didn't even wanted to eat with us. He was saying, no, no, this is for you because you are helping me. And then we said, no, but you have to eat as well because you have to hike tomorrow morning as well, carrying your wife. Then like after we insist, then he ended up like eating with us as well. So the Palawanos, they have this culture of sharing. They love share, and they are very grateful. They recognize when like someone is helping them. Yeah. So anyways, so then in the morning, his wife was very sick, so she couldn't walk. She was very, very, very weak, and then we had to carry her from her house to the hospital. Here's a picture of us carrying her. So that was me carrying her. We were taking turns in the task of carrying her to the hospital. So then like we were carrying her, and the only problem about me carrying her was because I'm taller than the Palawanos, and the trails in the mountains are the Palawano size. So I was having struggle like carrying her because there were like a lot of thorns everywhere and a lot of like difficulties, leeches on the way. I got leeches on my body, like they were just feeding from my blood, and like we were like just hiking, and like she was getting dizzy. She was getting dizzy because I'm tall, and then like we had to stop several times for her to rest. Yeah, but anyways, we took around like 15 hours to get to the lowlands, to get to the nearest city, and then there when we got there, a lady, she owns a shop there, and then like she saw us carrying her, and like in that situation, and then that lady, she came and she called the ambulance, and then she called the ambulance, and then the ambulance came and picked us up. So then we went to the hospital, and we got to the hospital, and there we were there. So then I was there with her husband and her. So then when she got there, she was receiving oxygen. So then like they were taking care of her. And after a few days, she was discharged. And then we took her to the place that we have in the city where the patients, they go to rest and recover. But then after a few days, she started like feeling sick again. Started feeling very sick, very sick. And then we took her back to the hospital. And then when we took her back to the hospital, she was there for about a month. And I was there with them as well. So I had to stay with them at the hospital, sleeping with them for 30 days. Sleeping at the hospital. And the hospital in the Philippines is kind of like it's very awful. Like the health system, the way that like some of them treat the heartbreaking. So then like we were there with her, and when we got to the hospital, they didn't have a oxygen machine available for her. So then you guys know those like bumps? So then we had to bump like oxygen for her for 3 days. So we were like 3 people like, just bumping oxygen for 3 days. For 3 days without stop. And I think it's the next. So the next, like she was receiving oxygen, but in this one here, you can see like her husband, like he was very, very tired. We were like taking turns, like 1 hour each. Like we were like taking turns 1 hour, and then we switched, and then we switched, and then we switched, until one machine was available for her. So after 3 days, one machine was available, and it was very interesting because like we close to them. I got like very, very close to them. Like we got like we became like good friends, like very, very good friends. And they are from a place where it is very remote. So like to get to their place is like 16 hours hiking. So then that was the very first time that she was being in the city. So that was the first time that she was seeing a car, that she was seeing like other people. That was the first time that she was in the hospital. So that was like, everything was new for her. Everything was new. And when she got at the hospital, she was very scared of everything. because like there were like all those people like dressed in white, those nurses and doctors. Like she was very scared. Then I was there to maybe calm them down and like just say, hey, I'm here with you, so you are not alone. And also I was there to be the bridge of communication, because the doctors and the nurses, they don't speak the native language. And I was there, I was the only one able to speak the native language. So then that was our month. It was like 1 month that I was sleeping at the hospital, 1 month that I was going to the pharmacies outside, because like sometimes in the hospital, at the hospital, they didn't have the medicine and the things that for her, and then I had to go out and run through the pharmacies looking for medicine and going to our project and getting food for them. So I was taking care of them, like basically like all the basic needs that they had. Finding diaper for her as well, so we were like just going around. And it was a very stressful moment. It was a very, very hard moment, like seeing that environment of hospital. It was like very hard, like a lot of people sick, a lot of people like dying, like every day on the aisles. That was like very, very hard. But even in that difficult situation, I had the privilege to share the gospel to them. I had the privilege to get, because I had my cell phone, and I had the Palawano Bible in my cell phone. And then I was able to read some biblical passages to them. So then like every day, every night, I was able like to open the gospel and read for them like the story of Jesus, when Jesus healed people, when Jesus was like taking care of people, Jesus was like caring for them and giving them hope. So then like I noticed that like they were kind of like having more hope, even like in midst of that difficult situation. And then like one day I saw that like her condition wasn't getting better. And then I just decided to shift my approach with the biblical text. So then I started telling her about the second coming of Jesus. So then I started sharing, hey, like we have this pain right now, we have this situation right now, but there will be a day when all the sorrow, all the pain will be gone. And one day we are going to live forever. And Christ, he will come, and he is almost coming. And in that moment, he will just that hope that we have. And then one day I went back home, received the news that she had passed away. Then I had to go back to the hospital to give comfort to the man, like he was devastated. So that guy, since we got at the hospital, he never left her side 1 minute. So for 30 days, he was inside of the room. And the doctors, they were even mad with him, like, just go out and get some sunshine. But he was like, no, I'm not leaving, I will stay here. And he was with her like every single day, every single time. Like that guy, he showed a very true love. Someone that really loves his wife. And he was even like ready to give his own life for her to get better. He hiked for like more than 60 hours just to see her wife better. Anyways, so I had to go to the morgue, and we had to prepare her body. So then the things there is very difficult. So then her body was there. I had to go to the morgue, and I had to get her body and put her body inside of on a blanket. Then I had to get her body and put her body inside of a plastic bag, and then take her body to our farm. And then the helicopter was available by that time, and then the helicopter took her body back to the mountains. The helicopter took them back to their village, because last wish was, I want to, if I die, buried in the mountains. And then like we took her body back to the mountains, and her husband and they went back to the mountains, and I never saw him. So then, but when I left the Philippines and I went back to Brazil, I received a picture from one of the nurses saying that he was back there, and he was bringing like some other relatives, because like some of them they had malaria, and then like he brought them to our clinic. And picture, I think is the next picture. Yeah, that was him. Like a few days after that incident, then like he went to our clinic, and the nurse said like when he got to the clinic, so he went looking for me, saying, where is that guy that was with me like 1 month and he helped me? And then the nurse said, oh, he's back in his country. And then she said that he was a little bit sad and disappointed because like he really wanted to see me. But then like the nurses said like that every day when they had worship in the morning, they said that like that man was used to join them and tell them stories, like biblical stories. Maybe like some of those stories that I shared with them at the hospital. So then like what I like to think right now is like that man is back in his village sharing those little stories that I shared with him. And in his way right now, maybe like he is like sharing the gospel with his community. So I haven't had like a opportunity to be back in his village yet, but this next time I will try to reach his village again, just to see like how he is doing. And I don't know, maybe God will surprise me when I get there, and see not just one believer, but like, I don't know, the whole village. We never know, right? We never know. Praise the Lord. God is good. So this is the situation of many people there in the mountains. So they live in very difficult places, and they live in a very, very simple way. And if someone gets sick over there, so like the only way to get them out is or you fly the helicopter, or you go, you hike, and you pick them up. So one of my goals, if God lead me back to the Philippines, one of my goals is to go like one of those remote places and establish a clinic over there. Because then if someone is sick, they don't have to hike all the way to our other project. They can just get some help like near them. So this is one of my plans. If God really like leads me back to the Philippines after my graduation, I wanna do that. Our time is done, or I still have like a few minutes. Yes, okay. I just have like some videos here. This was from 2023, the student graduation. So that's the village of Amran. It is 4 hours away from the city. That was one of the schools that we took food for the kids for 1 year. So that was the students, the graduation. The elders, the parents, the grandparents, they were there together. That is a missionary that is there. He's a Filipino. He's working there for more than 5 years. Potluck, banana leaf. Yeah. You don't have to worry about cleaning dishes after. So just throw in the bush. Yeah. It's a very, very special place. A very special place. It has like a special place in my heart, those mountains. And then the next video, that is the trail going to the village of Kamantian.
just for you to have a picture like how the trail is, the conditions. And then you see that we cannot take cars up there or motorcycles. Yeah. But it is beautiful. Mountains and so like in that valley there, it is our project. Do you have a question? Temperature? Well, I think like all year long, it's about maybe like between 80 and 90. Yeah, it's like hot and humid. But in the peak of summer, it can goes up like to 120. Yeah, it's very hot. No need for coats there or jackets. He's one of the missionaries there, Filipino missionary. So he's there for 18 years working with the Palawanos. And it's rare when I hike that it's not raining. So it's always raining, always slippery. But it is good. The best hour for me to hike is in the dark. But also like when it's very hot and it rains, it's very good too. Like it refreshes you. A lot of them. There are like some deadly snakes. One of the most deadly snakes, they are in Southeast Asia. And in the Philippines we have like some deadly snakes. That is our internet spot. If you want to use internet, we have to hike for 40 minutes. Then we are going down to the village. Yeah. That's the first house that you see when we are getting Kamantian. That's the first house. Made of bamboo, a little bit elevated because of the animals, snakes and scorpions and stuff. Yeah, my flip-flop. Yeah. Some Palawanos, they don't like to get wet, so they were waiting for the rain to stop. Yeah. So another video. Oh yeah, so this video here, we were going to the village of Marma. 9 hours hiking. The little boy was hiking. And then like those people came down to meet us, to help us to carry some stuff up. The river is beautiful, the water is crystal clear. And you have to cross the river all the time crossing the river. The river gets flooded and nobody can cross it. Yeah. We hiked and then we couldn't come back for almost 4 days because it was raining so much and the river flooded. We were stuck in the mountains for 4 days. By the time I was scared of the river, it got flooded. were carrying some wire, and because we were going to install a solar panel in that school. So then, like some people they went first carrying the battery and the solar panel.
60 kilos.
Yeah, they carried like it was almost 180 pounds of the battery. Just the battery was like 180 pounds, and they carried for like 9 hours to the mountain. And the log, so that was the time when you got to the village of Marma. It is a sign of respect. After they greet you with their hands, they take the hand to the heart. Yeah. They say like, "Good morning." This guy, he's American. Yeah. This little dude, he's American. And I will tell you why he's American. Yeah. That's his mom, Jillian, sitting at the porch. Yeah. So it is a very interesting story. So like Jillian, she was adopted from the missionaries, the Americans, the Georges. The Georges adopted Jillian when she was a teenager, and then they brought Jillian to the States. Then she got her citizenship, and then her kids also, they have the American citizenship. But they live in the mountains. They don't want to leave the mountains. Yeah, he's a mountain boy. So like I don't think those people, they can live like out of the mountains anymore. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So you go there in that remote place. There is American citizen living there. Yeah. They do. Yes, they do. They use like some plants and natural remedies. They do. Yeah, they do. What happened there? So then, yeah, so they use that. They use like natural remedies, teas and everything, yeah. But they don't know how to use a lot of stuff too. So when I got there, you guys know lemongrass? Yeah, so they didn't know that they can make a tea with the lemongrass. And then we taught them like how to do that. So the next video, it is the small group that I shared the story in the morning. So that worship before I had left last month. Yeah. Yeah. And I had a better camera. That was just good. Yeah. This time when I go back, I have a better camera, better microphone. So they are all there. So we already have a church in that place. We have a church already, you know. I'm excited to go back there and like help them to flourish and flourish with them as well. Yeah. All the men, they are there, everyone. But right now they are not in the mountains. They are in the lowlands, in a small place in the lowlands. And there is the guy, the witch doctor. Yeah, he's there too. Hmm? You say what? Oh, crime? No. In the mountains, we don't see that. No, we don't see that. We don't see crime. The Palawanos, they have like a very nice like sense of moral. They have a very good sense of moral. But I've seen in the mountains depression. I've seen like people suffering from depression, people that committed like suicide. We have there. So, and most of those cases are because they are afraid of the spirits. Yeah. So then like the spirits, they kind of like hunt them, and some people they really suffer like mentally from that thing. So there are like two guys that I know that they committed suicide due of depression and anxiety and like all those things. Yeah, but yeah. So this I think this is the last video probably. This is one church that we helped to build a water system to them because they did not have any water. And this is a church that our project takes care that it is like in the lowlands, but in one place going towards the capital of Puerto Princesa. So then like we drove there. So then like he's the leader of the church there. He's the missionary working there and serving there. So then like we took everything. We took like food and all the materials to build the water system. And they have those buffaloes that I mentioned in the beginning, right? So like those are the buffaloes that they are used to carry those stuff to their place. So like we put like everything, then they got the buffaloes ready, and then they were going. I've never seen so much mud in my life. Because the buffaloes, they pass through there all the time, then the mud just gets pretty deep. And we were just trying to keep our feet clean, but it was impossible. It was impossible. And that lady was barefoot. Yeah. Sometimes if you are using flip-flop, it's just easier to go like barefoot. But the cost after that, the fungus and like athlete's food and all those nice things that I got, a lot of that. I had a lot of athlete's food. Oh my. I had like mostly like injuries, athlete's foot and fungus and infection. But like I never got a flu there. And malaria, I didn't get malaria there too. Like everyone goes there, gets malaria. I never got malaria there. That was a miracle. That was a miracle. And we were taking shower because we did not have water source. So then it was raining, and it was like getting water from the coconut tree that was like going down. We were taking shower, and we were filling the containers because we had to keep like pouring cement because we were building a bathroom for them. And that was the worship, the worship Saturday morning. So that it is a missionary family. They live in the Philippines, in Palawan. So they are Filipinos, Palawanos, and they are missionaries, like the whole family. A family of I think like 6 boys. And then I was preaching and advertising angels. I didn't get my tuition paid. My tuition paid because of that. That was for free. That was a free advertising. Yeah. That's the leader of the group there. He's Mando, his name, and the group of people. Yeah. Do I still have more videos? Oh, that's the last one. Yeah. That's the very last one. Can we watch just that? So that video is a very important video because like we were going to rescue a lady that she had a baby and she was bleeding. So then we went to her village. It's like almost 9 hours to get there. And something very nice, after we had helped them and carry her and everything, so then her village, they wanted to have a school over there. So then today they have a school there. And it came from the hike that we did. And we got to know them, they got to know us. And then now they have a school in their village. And there we were carrying her. So that's the other way that they used to carry people, like the hammock. Yeah. And you see, it's a cliff in both sides. Like, and something very interesting. Like as we were hiking, we left there. It was like just I think like four people going, and then as we were passing through like villages and then people, like more people were coming and joining us. We ended up like with like 25 people helping. Yeah. And one very good thing, it was dry season. So we didn't have mud, we didn't have rain. The guy in the back there, he's the husband. The guy walking, the last one walking. Yes, the baby was inside of the mother. Yeah. Both of them they were at risk of death. Yeah, the baby and the mother. Yeah. That's how like helicopter, airplanes, they are very necessary in those places. Then there was a stair that we had to go down with her. Yeah. And now, like, yeah, we took them to the hospital. Then they recovered. So now she's back in her village. She's very, very well, very healthy. The baby that's not a baby anymore. Like he has, I think right now he's like 5 or 6 years old, and he just plays, go around, play around like every day, you know. And then like as I said, after that moment, that hike. That village, like they said, we want a school here for you to teach my kids. Then we went back there with like a group of missionaries. Then we just talked with we spoke with the leaders, with the witch doctors, the local leaders, and then they agreed. And then today we have a school there in the village of Marma. So the video that I showed you that we were hiking and the little boy was going in front of me. So we were going to that village, Marma. Because now they have a school, and that time we took solar panels for that school. So now they have solar panels, they have connection to internet. The teachers they have internet for them like to communicate with the project. So this is what is happening there, and I think that was the last one, the last video. And well, that's the work that we are doing in Palawan. Yeah. So you have a question? Of course, yes. I can give to Pastor Tiago, then he can give to all of you. Yeah, of course. And yeah, so that's the goal, right? So reaching the unreached. So I'm almost graduating. I will graduate in December, and I'm praying to see if God is leading me back to the mountains. I still have in my heart like the passion and the desire to reach those remote villages, and I want to take a clinic to that place. But before I go back to the Philippines, I want to get also a pilot's license. I want to get skills in flying airplane, because we have an airplane in our project, and it would be nice if I can go back there with that skill, having like the ability to go and fly to those remote places and pick up patients, because the airplane that we have there, it doesn't need like a long runway. It just needs a short runway to land and to take off. Yeah. Yes. MDiv, Master in Divinity. Yeah. But I have I have a degree in physical education as well. Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, you share with me. Yeah. Yeah. So because like After I have gone to the mission field, I've realized that like there are some fields that are more important, not important, but like more useful than others. For example, it's a way more useful for in that situation if a nurse is there working instead of a pastor, you know, because like if I'm just a pastor, of course I can serve them, I can help them, I can share the gospel. That's great, that's wonderful, but they need someone to touch them and to be with them and to help them to have like good health, you know. So if someone is a nurse, a dentist, doctors, like they are very, very useful there, or a pilot or a paramedic. Yeah, but like if the person has like, for example, the theology background and the nursing background and all those things, like all those things together makes a very good thing. Yeah, so that's my to get the theology background that I'm getting right now, and then like get another like other skills, maybe get a pilot's license and also a nursing certification or paramedic certification, something that would be like more useful for those people. Yeah, it's all thinking about them. Yeah, so that's the goal. So that's what I'm praying for. Yeah. Have any more question? Yeah, just ask me. Yeah. I was with the Adventist Frontier Missions. Yes, AFM. I was with AFM, so I spent like 3 years with them over there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, of course not. No, no, no. So something very interesting. No, that's a very nice question. That's a very nice question. You know, the first missionaries in Palawan, the ones that opened the field, they got there like 35 years ago. So then they went there, they established the clinic, and then after 5 years they left and they went to Papua New Guinea. Anyways, so they spent I think like 10 years in the field. Then they came back to the States. They were working here for several years. And then last year they decided to leave everything and go back to the Philippines again. So now they are in the island of Mindanao, and they are working with farms too. And they are right now, I think, like Ray Spoon, Mr. Spoon. He is I think like 72 years old, and his wife, she's like 69 or something like that. And they are all back in the field. Yeah. No, there are opportunity for everybody, all ages. Yeah, all ages. When I got in the Philippines, I thought that I was in shape, because think about it. Like I was a personal trainer, I was used to coach people. You know, like I was like used to like bench presses with like heavy weight, doing those squats. But when I got in the mountains, the first hill, I almost died. I was almost fainting. I was like, oh my goodness, and a old lady was passing by me. I was saying, what's going? I was like, how can this thing be possible? I'm almost asking her to carry my backpack. I was not in shape at all. This is like, just to finish, there was a one day that my friend Yvonne and I, we went to a kind of like remote village to pick up a patient there. But when we got there, like that was my first week. When I got there, like I was dying already. Like I was a man, I need to rest. And then like when I was there sitting resting, I looked at the door of the house. Someone was coming out, like walking like this, and went to the trail and was walking towards our clinic. And then I asked, like, man, like who's that lady? And then the guy said, that's the patient. It was like, is that the patient? I was saying, yes. And we need to go back right now. I was saying, but we just got here. How do you want me to go back? I was saying, we must rest. They say, no, we gotta go. Anyways, just long story short, the patient got at the clinic first than us. After 2 hours, Yvonne and I, we got to the clinic, And he said, Mom Carrie, the nurse, look, if we had a cell phone, we had asked for you to ask the helicopter to pick us up. Because we were almost dying on that trail. So, that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes the person thinks, oh, I'm in good shape. But then when he gets there, he realizes, I'm not in a good shape. But then after, like, everyday hiking, you just go and get used to it. So, like, we have people, like, from all kinds of realities, you know, and shapes. And everyone is struggle. Everyone is struggle. But then, like, the mountains will make the person in shape for the mountains. Yeah. I lost 45 pounds there. And I was feeling stronger with less pounds instead of when I was, like, all buff. Yeah. I was, like, just bone and skin, but I was feeling myself strong. And I was carrying people. I was going to village and hiking and doing all those kind of things. I was hiking every day. Yeah. So, anyways, just answering, like, there is no age, there is no people out of shape that cannot get involved in missions. Some places will be, like, more challenging than the others. As I said, like, earlier, like, God will supply what is missing. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yes, sir. Just snakes. Yeah, snakes. We don't have, like, those leopards or tigers or any other type of big animals. The most dangerous animal there that we have are snakes. Yeah, so, like, a lot of Palawanos, they died every year from snakes bite, and they are, like, some deadly snakes. And I've seen a lot of them on the trail, inside of the house. Yeah, there are a lot of funny stories too. Just this is the last one. We found a you know, like, that instrument that you have to blow and also play something sort of just like a piano or something. That, like, you play with your fingers, and with your mouth you blow it. So we found that instrument in one old missionary house in the bush. And I was, oh man, like, that's nice. Let's take home and let's like, learn how to play this thing. I was, okay, let's do it. But then, like, when we took it home, then, like, we were trying to play that. So I was, man, like, this sound is weird. It's not coming clean and anything. Let's open this thing to see what is wrong. But then, like, when we opened that, a snake just jumped from inside. I was like, my God, Lord, we almost died. Like, that was like, that was a shock for us. We were never expecting a snake coming out from that thing. Yeah. So anyways, you can find, like, snakes everywhere. Centipede. I got, like, centipede bite. In these 3 fingers, I got, like, centipede bite. In these like three fingers. One bite, this one this one. Then, like, I was like, oh, maybe I look for, like, two more centipedes just to complete my hand. One day I was inside of the house, and then I was going to take a shower. So then my towel was hanging on the, like, a post. And then when I put my hand on the towel to get the towel, the centipede was inside, and she bit my finger. And then, like, she fell on the floor, and then I was so mad. I was trying to reach her to kill her, but then, like, she went down. I was saying, oh my goodness, yeah. So, like, that was the 3rd time. Yeah, like, centipede bites, and there are, like, scorpions around there. We just have to be careful with those animals. But, like, thankfully, like, no lions, no tigers, no other animals, like, more dangerous. Dogs. Oh yeah. So they have dogs, they have cats, yeah. They have goats, they have chicken, and they have monkeys as well in the mountains there. There are monkeys, and some of the Palawanos, they eat monkeys as well. Yeah, the native Palawano, they eat everything that moves. If it moves, they are eating. So they eat snakes, they eat bats, they eat birds, they eat monkeys, they eat goats, wild pigs. They just go and they eat everything. So then when they find Jesus, when they find the Bible, the truth, then they stop eating those things. But the way that they hunt bats, for example, they get two sticks, like, and they make those sticks like this shape here, just like one antenna, like this. Then they go to the bush and they get like a lot of thorns, a bush of thorns, and they just put like in that thing, and they make like in the middle like those thorns like this, and they put that on top of the roof, and they leave that there like the whole night, and then in the morning sometimes they find like one or two or three bats, then they have their breakfast. Yeah, yeah. Yes. And they have to be carried down the mountain. Yeah, yeah. So then, like, when, that's something very interesting. So, like, before the missionaries got there in the mountains, so, like, a lot of people, they died from, like, all sorts of disease. And malaria was the top one. So, like, the child mortality there was just pretty high. It was very high. So, like, sometimes, like, the kid didn't went, like, more than like 7 years old, and then the malaria was just kill them all. So then when the project got there, so then like the rates of death from malaria and all those other kinds of disease were like just dropping like it was like amazing. So like right now, like it's rare to see like a Palawano sick with malaria or typhoid or all those types of disease that like in the past were like killing them. And right now, the new generation, they are taking more care of their hygiene, because hygiene is a big thing. So like if you don't have hygiene, you can ended up like getting a very, very severe disease. So then like the awareness of taking care of malaria and taking care of their hygiene, take a shower every day, brush their teeth every day, and eat good food, avoid some types of food and stuff. So then, yeah, their health just increased so much. But there are still a lot of people with like tuberculosis and all those things because they cook inside of the house. So they have their kitchen inside of the house, they cook inside of the house, and then inhale a lot of smoke. And then one day they just ended up having like lungs problems. Yeah. So then the project, like they're trying like to change like those small things as well, like make just small changes in their habits or culture that can brings them like more quality of life. Yeah, which is good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tiago. Oh, no. Oh, there's another question? Okay. Mm-hmm. Whoa. Oh, yeah. And Deborah. Vinicius and Deborah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He's a doctor, yeah. He's a pastor, yes. They are there right now. Yes, I met Vinicius and Deborah when I was there in December. Yeah. Oh, thank you for reminding me. Like I was just like sharing stories, and I was almost forgetting to mention about Vinicius and Deborah. So yeah, so this church helped Vinicius and Deborah. So like it was like the child offering time, right? Also, right? Ye- yes. Mm. Wow. Yeah. So now Vinicius and Deborah, they are working at the clinic. So Deborah, she's a doctor. She graduated in Netherlands. Vinicius, he graduated theology in Spain. So they both got married, and they were working both in Netherlands. Then they decided to go as a missionary to the Philippines. So then they called Pastor Tiago, and then they were in touch. And then Tiago mentioned like about them to the church, and this church helped them with like some donations, and now they are there in the Philippines. So Deborah, she's serving there at the clinic, and she has been a blessing there. helping the Palawanos with her doctor skills. Yeah, and Vinicius, he's doing all kinds of stuff, just like me when I was there. Yeah. So if you don't have something specific to do, you do everything. You do everything. But yeah, so praise the Lord for this church, because I've seen that you guys support missions, and this is wonderful. Yeah, this is wonderful. And yeah, may God keep like the flame of the missionary work and the flame of the gospel like burning inside of your heart, because our Savior is very near. So He's coming soon, and we believe in it. Yeah. Hmm. There's him. I know we cannot see him completely, but like is this guy here in the far right, yeah, over there, yeah, yeah, just part of him. Yeah, Pastor Kent and his wife Leonda, they are there for 30 years already. Yeah, so they left the state. He was a pastor in Michigan, and then he left. He joined the AFM, and then he went to lead that project right after the other missionaries they had left to Papua New Guinea. Yeah, so then like he's there for that long, and he was here too because like one of his son, he's sick with cancer. So then like Pastor Kent and his wife, they were here like for almost more than a year with like their son, and now I think they are back in the Philippines right now. Yeah, they are back in the Philippines. And something very nice that happened like last week, we have a Pathfinders Club there in the mountains, and for the first time they went to a camporee. That was a huge thing for them. So that was the first time that they left the island. That was the first time that they got on their airplane. The first time going to another island. The first time seeing like different people. In the camporee had like people from Malaysia, people from Indonesia, people from Thailand, and they got to see like people from different countries. It was a very interesting experience. And I have an ambitious goal because in January we're gonna have the South American camporee in Brazil with like more than 70,000 pathfinders. So then I dream to take the Pathfinders Club from the mountains of Palawan to South America. That would be a huge thing, yeah. So then we'll see how God will lead. Yeah, but like something very like very good to say as well. Our project has been sending go to the college. So we already sent like more than 10 students to go to college and get his degree in education. We have 2 students that just graduated from high school and they are in nursing school right now, and they are all getting ready to go back to the mountains again and serve their own people. This is this is the main goal of the project, which is like make disciples and prepare them to make other disciples as well, and just because our ultimate goal is like one day just get the project and give to them and say, now you guys will lead, you guys will take care, you guys are in charge right now. Yeah. So and that moment I think it's coming soon. Yeah. So anyways, thank you so much for listening to all those stories. Yeah, and yes, praise the Lord. Sorry, I didn't hear you. Ah. Oh. Hmm. So Mm. Oh, I've never heard about that. But I met two ladies here this morning. They are from the Philippines. Yeah, they are from the Philippines. She even came speaking Tagalog with me. Yeah, yes, yes. So yeah, Philippines is a beautiful country. Is a beautiful people, beautiful culture. They are very warm people. They all love to receive foreigners, and they are always happy. Like when people go and visit them, they always receive people in their house. They are very hospitable. Yeah, I really love the Filipino people. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Well, God bless you guys. Hmm. Sure, sure. Just one, just one thing. I will leave this for the church. So then you guys can use like these two things here for collect offerings. Yeah. So then you guys can have here in the church like a little piece of Palawan. Okay? Yeah. I'll just leave it here. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, then you guys can come to see also. Then get it. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Oh. Amen. 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 Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the precious moments.